Set your feet, own the weight, exert your will over it. Rip this shit. My name's Clay Cooper. I'm a guy that deadlifts in the middle of nowhere to combat his anxiety. I like to imagine that there's like a woodchuck somewhere, and he's like, damn, what the hell is this? The first deadlift I ever pulled was in 2017. It was ugly as hell, but going through the motions and eventually understanding different points of the technique, it's satisfying. You feel like, hey, like, don't mess with me. Yeah, it just became my favorite lift. There's something really visceral about taking something really heavy and just seeing if you can stand up with it. Physical strength is something that I've always pursued. There's an intrinsic probably connection with the anxiety there that if I get big and strong enough, then, you know, it can't touch me or hurt me as much. But I think I feel a little bit of like an imposter because, you know, I power lift and I can't even control being reduced to this puddle sometimes where my fear gets the best of me.
I think for you, your anxiety is very much like worrying about like worst case scenario. You're always like, so you're just not present.
I mean, the first real memories I have of it manifesting itself was, I think, like when I was playing like youth basketball in like 3rd or 4th grade, and then it really amplified when I became a father. A few months before I became a father, my dad died. You know, my son was born in this kind of tumultuous time where we were all trying to find our footing because my dad in a lot of ways was this glue that kept us together. So bringing a kid into the world and then realizing, hey, I want to be the kind of dad to him that my dad was to me. I mean, that level of love I hadn't really experienced to that point where you would do just about anything to protect your kids. But this idea of becoming big and strong, you know, it's pretty on the nose, but it was me wanting to be able to protect him, be able to protect myself, and it was like the physical iteration of that. My temperature rises, I get short of breath, I can't focus on anything, and I really can't vocalize what's happening. This is a panic attack. It feels like something in my wiring is going wrong. It feels like my heart is off. Is it beating too fast? Is this normal? I've never had a heart attack, but I imagine maybe it feels something similar to that. All of that weight, all of your failures, all of those things that you think you're not doing good enough at, combine to create this darkness or this shadow. And, you know, when I'm approaching the bar to pull a deadlift, I'm not thinking about those things. Almost. And there you go. Legs down. Nice. There's a lot of chaos. There's a lot of, you know, unrest. I think 2020 in particular brought a lot of that to light. And, you know, for folks that have an anxiety disorder like I do, it really puts whatever toolkit that you've assembled to the test. The gym shut down with COVID and the pandemic. You know, we'd been quarantined or just mostly in our house for about a month or so at that point. And I was deadlifting in my garage, a little overwhelmed by everything, just kind of uninspired, little cabin fever, and decided to load the weights up and to head out somewhere.
I remember when we first started, I was kind of like, oh, what if people like see us? Are we gonna be embarrassed?
I think it's just that scope of work. Pretty confident that no one's deadlifted those spots before.